Now it's time to bring into spotlight our two next very gracious speakers who are urging us to let go of exhaustion and doing as a means or as a status symbol. They're also urging us to stop latching on to productivity for self-worth. The first one here, she's a seasoned leadership facilitator and a coach with 25 years of corporate experience across industries and positions. She is a master certified trainer in Think on Your Feet, a certified NLP trainer, and a Lumina practitioner. In her free time, she continues to raise her 15 children, plays violin, and loves to cook. Well, a very warm welcome to our next speaker, Dr. Vimala Sheshadri, founder, Insight Coaching Solutions. Welcome, Dr. Vimala. You're looking gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. So are you, Pragati. Thank you for that warm welcome.
It's always a pleasure to have you around, and with all the inputs, rich inputs that you bring onto the table, it's a delight to have you today again.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Vimala is partnering today with another very gorgeous growth catalyst who is a mindset and well-being coach, and she helps people rewire their mind, raise their vibration, and carve a new version for themselves. Leading people into a life of abundance and freedom comes very naturally to her. She has over 25 years of experience in coaching, training, mentoring, strategic planning, and innovation in large organizations as well as individuals. She has been a spiritual teacher for 10 years now, and her latest achievement is being certified as Chopra meditation and health teacher. She believes in disruptive reinvention and in the fact that if a person wants to be her best version, she needs to grow by breaking set patterns and dissolving mental mindsets that no longer serve. Let's welcome our second speaker for this session, Akanksshaa Kulkarni.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Dr. Vimala. Oh, it's a pleasure, Akanksshaa, to see you here, so a very warm welcome to both of you. We look forward to dropping the baggage of doing with you both. So over to you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pragati. So, welcome to this experience of shift from doing to being. And as this is experiential session, Vimala will be covering the experience from cognitive perspective, and I will be covering the experience from energy and spirituality perspective.
Absolutely, Akanksshaa. And why don't you start us off and take us through a spiritual experience?
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so since yesterday, you all have been here and the energy levels are really high. So do you want to keep that energy and high vibration going forward in your life after this fest is over? If yes, then type me in the chat box and let that. Yeah, awesome. Yes, you guys are on fire. Great to see this energy. Now you may be wondering that we are in the leap segment of love, learn, and leap. And how is it that we're talking about shift from doing to being? Let me share that. Today morning, you heard Alok talk about bringing in a shift in our being for us to show up as our authentic selves and add value to the world. But how do we bring that shift unless we are actually being? And that's why it may seem like a paradox that we are in the leap segment, but we are talking about shift from doing to being. When you actually are just being, you can get more done. And let's see how that is done. So you might remember yesterday, Shikha talked about playing multiple roles, right? We as women multitasking and playing multiple roles, and we want to be 10 on 10 in every role. So what all roles do you play? Can you type in the chat? What all roles do you play? Daughter, yes. Wife, daughter, wife, mother, entrepreneur, yes. So we play multiple roles. And absolutely, wife, daughter, mother, HR professional, coach. Yes, keep that coming. Yes. So we play multiple roles. And what happens is we do push and hustle. And then in that, we get overwhelmed. We get exhausted. we get anxiety, stress, struggle. How many of you can relate to this? If you can relate to this, type me in the chat. Yeah? Yes, all of you can relate to it. Exactly. So what happens is when we experience these things, then our vibration goes down. But when we actually take time for just being, we are not human doing, we are not human planning, we are not human thinking, we are human being. So when we tend to self-care and take time out for just being, then we can raise our vibration and we can be calm, peaceful, full of love. What happens is when we do push, hustle, saying yes to everything, then you can be actually counterproductive. You've heard from Alpa yesterday, right? That if I don't do it, nothing gets done. This is a limiting belief. So that is very counterproductive. Also, there is another myth about personal productivity, that personal productivity is all about time management. It's not entirely true. There can be many subconscious patterns or blocks which can lead you to procrastinate, or you can be simply drained out of energy and tired and exhausted, because of which you can be less productive. So when you are just being, then what happens is you rejuvenate, you recharge, and you allow the universe to work through you. You listen to your inner voice and you have these creative juices flowing. You can have more flow of ideas. And this is how you can be actually more productive and more creative with the inside out approach. Why this is inside out? Because we do something in order to be something. We need to do this to be happy. But instead of that, be and then do something. And this is what even the law of attraction says. Do less and attract more. Because when you do less and attract more, what happens is you are in alignment with the universe. You are in the flow. And that is how you attract more, even by doing less. When you are just being, when you are centered, then whatever challenges that life throws at you, you can handle them in a better way. Because then you are not in the doer mode. You are actually in the mode of surrender. And I'll tell you this from my own example or incident. And this is a very special incident for me because it was surreal. I was attending a training by Harvaker Millennium Mindset Program. And there were 1,400 people. As a part of group exercise, I was required to represent monk or spiritual millionaire mindset on the stage. So I went there and suddenly the facilitator decided that we'll have a role play. Now that was completely out of my comfort zone. At that time, I could not do anything. I just had to surrender. So I took deep breaths and I told the universe, now you take care. And what was out of my comfort zone actually ended up getting me a standing ovation. So I'll give you a simple technique. If you feel that you are having certain situations which are outside of your control or a lot of challenges, a lot of overwhelm, what you can do is just take 3 to 5 long, deep breaths till your stomach and then repeat this. I trust the process of life. I surrender to the universe. I'm going to repeat it once more. I trust the process of life. I surrender to the universe. When you surrender to the universe, when you make meditation as a daily practice, then you can connect better with the higher power. And then when you're just being, you can actually do more. That is why the shift from doing to being is required. Now, are you ready to connect with yourself? Let's experience this beautiful connection with the universe. Okay? So we are going to meditate now for some time. So wherever you are, just make yourself comfortable. And And let's close our eyes. Let's take a nice long breath in and out. Your hands can be on your lap, spine erect. Another long breath in and out. And as we are connecting to the universe, let's invoke the presence of God, nature, divine, whatever you resonate with. You can connect with your higher self, with your guides and angels. Invoke their presence. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to the base of our spine. Our first chakra is located there. It's called root chakra or Mooladhara. You can place your gentle attention on it. And as you breathe in and out, just repeat within your mind, I am safe and secure. I am safe and secure. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to the second chakra, Swadhisthana or sacral chakra. It is located just below the navel area. Repeat in your mind, I am creative. I am creative. Let's take our attention to the third chakra, solar plexus or Manipur chakra. It is located just above the navel area. Repeat, I am strong and empowered. I am strong and empowered. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to our heart chakra, Anahat chakra. It is located in the center of our chest. Let's repeat in our mind, I am love. I am love. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to our throat chakra, Vishuddha chakra. Let's repeat in our mind, I am expressive. I am expressive. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to third eye, Agya chakra. It's located in between our eyebrows. I am aware. Let's repeat. I am aware. Breathe in and out. Let's take our attention to the top of our head, Sahasrara chakra or crown chakra. Let's repeat, I am. I am. Breathe in and out. Let's take another nice long breath in. And breathe it out.
As you are breathing in and out, I'm going to invite you now to come back, gently come back into the center of the room. Bring your awareness back into your body. As you bring your awareness back into your body, when you are ready, I invite you to open your eyes. I'm going to share now a conversation that Buddha had with one of his students. "Who are you?" one of his students asked Buddha. "Are you the Messiah?" "No," answered Buddha. "Are you a teacher?" "No," replied Buddha. "Are you a healer?" "No," replied Buddha. "Then who are you?" asked the student, exasperated. "I am awake." And as we've all experienced now this deep chakra connection that Akanksshaa took us through beautifully, notice who you are and hold that space as we circle back to that. Because many of us function as humans, we create our paradigms from what we do, what we have, and then what we are. And our paradigms come from the beliefs we hold, and that impacts our actions. I have a question for everyone here. Just put it into the chat. In order for me to be fully valued, I need to. Just add it to the chat. One with myself, aware on my being, love myself, connect, present, exactly. And many times when I've asked this question to my clients, to my coworkers, to my coachees, I often get the response of, in order for me to be valued, I have to have something, like I have to have a specific title, a role, or I have to be doing something. I have to be getting on with my life. I have to get this done and then I'll be valued. Once I get this finished, I'll be more valued. And we function a lot of times because society tells us the more you do, the more you are. You are what you do. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a coach, and that's who you are. And that's what gives us what we have because of what we do. And when you think about it, where does this come from? Go back to a time when you were just about 5-6 years old and you came home from school and you had a project in your hand and you showed it to your mom and your dad and your grandparents, your siblings, and we said, "Oh, you did such a great job. Look how beautiful it is." It goes up on on the fridge, or maybe it went up on the wall, and immediately it was anchored within us that what we did was who we are. When I do good, I am good. And then think of a time maybe when you didn't do so well. Maybe when you made mistakes, or you brought home that one report card that just kills you, right? And you think back, so when I don't do, am I not? When I don't do well, then I'm not good. And we connect doing to being at a very, very, very young age. And then as you grew up, think of what happens. You studied, you were a student, you studied, and then you got out and you got a job. And then what you have became who you were. You had a car, you had a title, you worked in a certain company, you had a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. That's what made you who you are. My invitation is to let's see if we reverse this paradigm of doing, having, and being. What will happen? Let's just stay curious and see what happens. And the way we do this is to always think of the greats. Go back to modeling. Model the person who you think truly brought this world something fascinating, something just wonderfully irreplaceable. The Nelson Mandelas, the Mahatma Gandhis. These people brought something to the world that came from something much deeper. And you ask yourself, how did they do what they did? And is what they did, is that what made them great? So when you think of Nelson Mandela, he was forgiveness. He functioned from the level of being forgiveness, which allowed him to do the wonderful things that he did for his country and have the wonderful success that he had in freeing his people. When you think of Gandhi, he was truth. He lived as being truthful, which allowed him to do the things he did. It inspired people, whether it was the Satyagraha walk, going up in front of the parliament and getting us freed in India. So who they were allowed them to do what they needed to do to allow them to have what they had. Now, how do we bring this into our lives as mere mortals, as we say? What can we do? The question is who we are. And we have been using this phrase from yesterday and today. In the previous session, Nirija asked us to put an adjective in front of our names. And I'm going to ask you to say, who are you right now? Are you active? Are you fearless? I saw those words. Are you creative? Are you vivacious? And hold that space for yourself. And as you think, and just take a deep breath and be that calls to you. Are you passion? Are you success? Are you power? Are you empowered? Are you creative? And function now from this space and see what you can do. Because what you do now comes from this driven experience of your identity of who you are at your core. And it drives you to do the things you need to do with no need of a task list or a to-do list. And what does this bring you? It brings you so much productivity. What does this make more possible? That you're doing this, you can have anything and you can manifest anything now as you function from a space of identity of who you truly are. Now, as a practice, to make sure we all do this and take the leap forward to creating that shift from doing to being, here's the one question, simple question you ask yourself in the morning. How many of us wake up in the morning and think, I have to do this, I have to do this, I got to go in the kitchen, make coffee, get my kid to school, how many clients am I going to see today? How many, projects do I have to finish? I have a timeline, I have a deadline. And our thoughts are running as soon as we wake up. My invitation to you is shift that. Shift that to this question. Who am I today? I'm going to run my day as passion, as an inspirer, as a connector, as commitment, as power. And choose these as it comes up in your day, every day. And notice then that who you are allows you to do what you need to do, that allows you to have all the things that you have in your life. Thank you so much for giving me this time and for allowing me to take you through this journey with Akanksha.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vimala and Akanksshaa. You certainly created something so empowering, so deep, that it could address both the conscious as well as the subconscious realms of our beings. I can't thank you enough, and you need to see the chats, how people have been blessing you all this while for such an immersive experience.